that just a little bit towards me.
Oh, Mr. Important.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh my god, I have a very
So-
important phone call from Louisville, Kentucky, you guys. No, Texas, I'm sorry.
Gotta take it.
So I downloaded and the Disney app just to see the times because I'm going to be there next Thursday,
I
Friday.
have them. I check
Sorry.
on them every once in a while.
Well, I checked.
Okay.
I wanted to check. So yesterday.
Hold on.
Fri-
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
you know what? You
save
hold
this
on.
Chat for the podcast.
It has
I wanna
nothing to do with
actually
Nintendo.
That's our podcast. I want to actually start on time. Okay.
How's this sound check?
Let me do this.
I'm going to go get a cup of water. Anybody want something?
Are you really?
Yeah, you could start. I
Okay,
wasn't even
I'll
supposed to be
wait.
here,
You
right?
Get up. You get up.
Let
Now
me just
that's
leave this here.
that's the reason why people tune in.
Go Nintendo.
Are you ready?
Pokemon,
Can you
right?
not crunch into the microphone?
We're not starting until Mike comes back. Right?
No, we are. We're starting right now.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 737, the Charge-a-Bug Podcast. Mom Brain,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell Charge-a-Bug, please?
Charge-a-Bug debuted in So Long, Sophocles, where it was caught by Sophocles. Ash was looking for a farewell present for Sophocles, who he believed was moving away, and decided to go look for a Charge-a-Bug at Rotom's suggestion. Rotom. That's a
Tickle.
R.
Tickle my rotum.
With the help of Pikachu, Rockruff, and Litten, he was able to dig one up and trap it in a cage. Ash later let it out after showing up to Sophocles' farewell party and allowed him to catch it.
Podcast.
Anime.
Sophocles did so after battling and defeating it with his Toga Demaru.
If you don't,
Charge-a-Bug evolved into Vikavolt during...
Mom Brain, if you don't know how to say the Pokemon, just say Pokemon.
Sophocles?
Horatio's Charge-a-Bug. A shiny Charge-a-Bug appeared in mounting an electrifying charge under the ownership of Horatio.
What is Sophocles' power?
It took part in the Charge-a-Bug
Questions
race, which
existence
it lost after being unable to overcome an icy slope. It reappeared in Evolving Research, where Horatio planned to evolve his Charge-a-Bug in A High-Speed Awakening. He
Mom
was
Brain?
revealed to have successfully evolved Charge-a-Bug into Vikavolt. Vikavolt?
Mom Brain, please. This is a family podcast.
Multiple trainers Charge-a-Bug appeared in Mounting an Electrifying Charge, where they took part in the
Heyo.
Charge-a-Bug race. They included those
Charge-
of the Electric Princess, Twin Starmie, and Science Speed teams. A trainer Charge-a-Bug appeared in A High-Speed Awakening.
Mom Brain, stop
That-
telling me no. You're done. That's it. Say the
those
weight
are
and the
just
height.
the minor
That's enough.
apperances. Let's see what Charge-a-Bug looks
It's
like.
Those
Oh.
are just the minor
That's what it is.
appearances.
it's a
It's a.
bug.
So you know what it looks
electric
like?
Type.
You know what it looks like? It
Please
looks like
let her finish, and then we will
She's
talk all
done.
about
Its
it.
ability is
Oh,
battery.
she's done.
Males, females, they're all likely to be found. They're a foot tall and they're 20
males,
pounds.
females, whatever.
Thank you, Mom Brain.
So it looks like kind of like your power cube, like the little cube adapter for
Well,
your.
It's a Charge-a-Bug, yeah,
Yeah.
because it looks like a charger, yeah. You know,
Mm.
because when Game Freak is like, oh crap, we got another Pokemon game, and they're like, well, how about and they just look around and they're like, a charger guy.
I phone him on.
And-
So here's
Thanks,
something
PC.
that's related to a Charge-a-Bug. I have a package of batteries from Costco because you can get like
Excuse me.
AAA batteries and
We
double A
have,
batteries.
We have a
This household uses Costco
pack from
batteries.
Costco
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, Kirkland
Yeah.
brand. Thank you.
Real thrilled. I went to get a couple.
I thought that was on purpose.
I went to get a couple batteries for a little Halloween decoration, and a bunch of the batteries were covered in battery goo.
Oh,
like they
yeah.
had leaked.
Have I told that
So-
story on the pocket?
So
well,
let's
first off,
so
hello.
let's just thank Costco. Big ups to Costco for giving me crappy batteries. I don't know what to say without
have you
cussing.
never had a crappy battery before ever?
I expect more quality from Costco,
We all do.
but I guess they are the cost
company.
Cutters.
Hi, Mom Brain. Thanks
I
for
didn't want to say
joining
cost
us.
cutters because
Hi.
there was that company.
Mom Brain, I thought it was just going to be me and you today, but the lovely, handsome, beautiful Nikki Hill just randomly showed up, so he's here.
What a treasure and a delight.
I want to apologize for all of my ice chomping last week.
Now I will be sipping directly into the microphone.
I heard Reddit was all a flutter.
What?
Or is
None
that
of
Twitter?
is true.
Twitter's all flutter?
No, I didn't tell you where.
Is there a GoNintendo Reddit?
No.
Is there a GoNintendo Patreon?
There is, Nikki
Tell
Hill.
us all about it.
Wow. You can join. This was not planned. You can join the
Wait,
GoNintendo
stop.
Patreon
How was your week, Robbie?
for $1. That's all it takes. And you get
I'd buy
whatever
that for $1.
you get whatever we
Of all
do.
the lousy ways to save a buck.
Spend $1.
Whatever I do on the Patreon, you can get for $1. Sometimes we talk about comics. Sometimes we talk about ideas for things that are coming up on the site. Sometimes we talk about doing features just for Patreon, where I'm considering doing live stream play sessions just for the Patreon gang, because I know you guys are the best, and I can live stream with you and have a grand old time. That's right, Toad. So I'm considering doing that. Yeah, it's $1. I want to stress this. It's more to support GoNintendo, as many people have asked for me to start a Patreon, and it only took me 5 years to do it. But if you're looking for like exclusive news and interviews and stuff, we're not doing that because I want to keep GoNintendo. GoNintendo. This is just a bonus fun place for you to support GoNintendo if you want. And we also have a little stupid, fun, silly discussions over there. We have some serious ones too, actually, now that I think about it.
Perhaps that was the most important part.
It was, Barry. Thank you. So thank you to everybody who has supported me there. As I said, I didn't think we were going to have Nikki Hill here today, so I set up things differently. I know we had some internet trouble last week with the podcast, and I don't know if that's because my laptop is so crappy, and now we've just hit the point where it struggles to stream and have me open another browser window to do like news reading and stuff like that, or the Discord or whatever it may be. So I set things up differently because I was like, well, it's just us today. So I'll use your laptop and I'll do my Discord and my news on there because we don't need music. But here's Nikki Hill. And he showed up 10 minutes before the show started. So, Mom Brain.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Mom Brain.
Do you want to?
Calm down. Mother effer, relax. Oh, here is the radical.
You can't say those 3 words in front of my dog. Do you wanna?
This is a radical proposition. Thank you, Rob. That was the perfect GIF.
Yeah, I wanna.
Radical proposition. We've never done this before. We will likely never do it again. I know it will work, and I know it will work just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, are you willing to do it? With this little cord right here, you could do the music section. You would just open an email and play the song. We could do a shortened version of the music section. They do 5 or 6 songs maybe, and just click the link and you play.
With
and that's
that
all there is
magical
to
little doohickey?
Yeah.
The trouble with that is that 90% of the emails I get have multiple links in them. So that requires me to open it and then forward the rest back or mark it as unread.
None of that.
or,
None of
like-
that. Just 5 this week, and
He doesn't know.
we'll write it down.
I know what goes
I
into it.
understand what you're saying, but
He's
just
got no
5,
idea.
I could open it up and it could be an email that's got 30 links. I don't know that.
And then if
from-
she marks it
I
unread,
understand.
then guess what? She's gonna end up doing the same song.
So are
twice.
you saying no?
I'll do it. I'm gonna have to
I'll
take
go.
my phone and go
I'll
plug
go.
it in somewhere because
I'll go.
it's not
I'll
gonna
go.
last
I'll go.
through
I'll go.
music.
We can get you the charger here. What battery you at?
Like 40.
Oh, that's more than fine. Oh, I see why the battery's gonna run out.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Nikki
have to
Hill,
be.
could you do us a favor?
Hmm.
In the living room, in the corner,
That's
there's
a
an
candy
iPhone
bowl.
plug.
I could go get it.
Yeah, he's closer to the door. All
So
right.
you guys just want to live stream me changing the oil
What
in
do you
my
mean
truck?
iPhone plug?
While
She's
you're-
got that. That's what she needs. To charge up beforehand.
That's literally what we just
I'll
talked
just
about.
I
Yeah.
can go get
It's
it.
almost like you don't listen. Hi, Rob. Hi, the Ms. CB. Hi, Sean.
Sometimes you talk in code and I have to decipher it.
Hi, PC and Autumnal Blake and Astravania.
Natalia, the sluice!
Metallic Halo and BagelNet and Blood Ocean and whoever else I didn't see in the chat. Thanks for joining us in the Discord chat. Again, I will say it one more time. We're hanging out in Discord. I honestly think the Discord chat is superior because of the GIF capabilities and all that, and pictures and whatever. But we are working to get back to the YouTube chat. We will be there. Just I need to get the
Thanks,
right
Mr.
team
Hill.
together, and that's that. So this week, as Nikki Hill asks, hello Ridley.
We are off.
Hello Ridley Surya.
No plug here.
What do you mean?
It's on your side, pal.
I thought I could just plug it in.
How long have you lived here? You don't even know where the plugs are? I'm really sorry for this, everybody. I'm really sorry. I showed up.
They're all
Everything got thrown off. Rami was like, I have a plan. I showed up and he was running around with his hair on fire.
As you can see, it's gone. So here's what went on this week. I had the opportunity
Thank you, Ultimate.
to go into hello Robot Face. Thanks for stopping by. To go into a special hands-on event for some upcoming Switch holiday games.
I don't get told about this stuff in advance anymore. You used to talk to me.
I 100%.
By the way, let me just put this out there. I called Raw Meat the other night. He was at dinner. I'm still waiting for the call back.
What? Wait a minute. Did I not text you right away and say I'm out to dinner?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
still waiting to tell you what I had to tell you.
Well, keep waiting.
Well, you're going to have to wait even longer because guess what? As usual,
I
if
forgot.
I don't talk about it, it's gone.
So I got hands on with a whole bunch of games. I need my embargo sheet to see what I'm allowed to talk about. It says there is no embargo on Ring Fit Adventure, which I think is one of the more important ones to talk about. Ring Fit Adventure is coming out October 18th, October 17th, October 10th. It's somewhere in there, one of those. Ring Fit Adventure is Nintendo's new, whatever you want to call it, expanded audience weird game, and I mean that lovingly. It comes with the fit ring, I guess you call it, which is that that plasticky resistance band that you slot a Joy-Con into, and you use it to play.
Excuse me, I didn't know that was going to happen.
You use it to play mini games as well as an RPG, like a full-fledged RPG, where you get out there and you run through like a countryside and fight monsters and all this, but you do it by exercising.
What are you talking about? I was on the Discord.
I know, I'm watching it. Ring Fit Adventure, I'm talking about.
Oh, that comes out this month.
No.
Next month.
Yes.
October 19th?
Are
18th.
you doing this on purpose?
18th or 19th?
I don't know. I said it was, I guessed 18th, 17th, or 10th. I
The
don't
18th
remember.
is a Friday.
That seems very Nintendo to me.
Did Ori come out this week?
Ori and the Blind Forest is out, yes.
Dang.
As well as a demo for Ori.
Also, I got an email saying something from my wish list was available or was on a discount.
Yes, they do that now. That's very nice.
I guess I put it on my thing, but I thought I watched the trailer and now I rewatched the trailer and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be into it because it's a point and click. It's that tomorrow needs today or something. What is that called?
Yeah, really skinny. You could do it.
Do you put it in your pocket to get your steps in?
No, you don't. But
Do you
there is a mode for you to use it away from the Switch. You don't need to play on the Switch to use it. So, like, if you're going into work, they were saying, and like you want to get some exercise done while you're at your desk, you could put it on your shoulder, and they were saying do one of those, or you could put it in between your legs and do leg squeezies, whatever those are called.
leg squeezies.
And it uses the HD rumble to let you know that it's counting.
Yeah, put it between your legs and
So
turn on that
it
HD
uses
rumble.
the HD rumble to make a noise.
So you bring the
so you hear,
controller
like,
to work, but not the Switch.
Yeah, you slot your Joy-Con in and you bring the Ring Fit accessory and you
So,
just
like-
sit there and do it. And then when you go back home, you can connect it to the Switch and you can distribute all the bonus points that you got to various profiles that you have.
So you bring this in on Monday, and by like late Tuesday or maybe Wednesday, your boss calls you in to say you're scaring the other employees. Everyone is real
Like
uncomfortable.
you're looking at the other employees while you're squeezing this thing.
Am I doing my leg squeezies?
The chat's saying like squeezies. I don't know. What do you call them? There's got
Abduction, right? Like thigh abduction.
Oh,
abduction,
something.
weenie
right?
burners, thigh fires.
My cousin broke her arm doing a weenie burner.
I know.
What is
Down
a
the
weenie
slide.
burner?
You know when you like, like there's a slide, and on each side of the slide there's like a lip so that you don't slide off the edge.
Is this a water slide or a slide?
No, like a playground slide.
A slide.
So there's a slide, and then there's just the
Knee
lip on
knockers.
the edge. Got on at the very top and was like, I'm gonna do a weenie burner.
What is a weenie burner?
I don't know.
Putting your legs on either side of the rail and
Why would you
riding
do
on
that?
your wiener.
Fell
Oh,
off
a railing.
Yeah,
Of a
why is
slide.
it so
But did
hard
this
to
on the slide.
understand?
on the slide. The edge
Slides
of the slide.
have lips.
They don't-
Have you
they don't
never
just
seen
go
a
straight
slide?
Down. There's
Are you an alien?
They're not that.
guardrails.
They're not that deep though.
Well, when you're 7, they are.
What are you talking about? It's just the lip of the slide.
Well,
Hello, Rob.
anyway, she fell off at the very top and broke her arm
Because of a weenie burner.
because of a weenie burner.
I'm not. I mean, I don't want to say duh, but yeah,
Hi, Rat Master.
it's not that deep of a. Because I like on a railing, your legs are both, but on a slide, one leg's gonna go deep down, and the other one's gonna like just kind of be
Yeah,
folded weird.
Well, when you're 7, you don't think about that
Yeah,
stuff.
you
And
just-
also, when you're
Well,
7
she
and you see that
should.
happen to someone, you go running back yelling to your parents
Think about it.
that she died. She's dead. She's dead. They
Think
all
about
came
it.
running to like take her.
If you're
like,
sitting on a slide for a weenie burner, like you're gonna basically split your butt cheek, and your wiener
That's gonna
or
hurt
your
even if you don't
spot
fall
for a
off.
wiener is gonna be on the rail, and your other leg is gonna be
Is this
just
a metal
little
slide
bit
or a
down.
plastic slide?
It doesn't matter.
No, it
Metal.
does because the metal's gonna
No,
burn.
No, it
You're
doesn't.
gonna burn, and
no,
then
the burn comes from the friction.
It's unbelievable.
The potential friction.
It's
No, but you ever sit on a metal slide when the sun is on it?
But it was in the
hurts.
evening. We were about to go home, go play on the playground.
Everybody quiet for 1 second. Brettman79 says, okay, I've listened to this podcast since the beginning, and it's interesting to see what the GN podcast people look like in real life. Watching live and chatting for the first time. Please go easy on me. We will, Brettman, and thanks for joining us for this weenie burner conversation.
I'll keep my shirt
So anyway,
on this time.
your other leg is just like a little bit
Dangling.
lower on the slide, and then your other leg is
Dangling.
dangling on the
Dangling.
side, so it works.
No, it doesn't work because your weight's gonna throw you over the side,
Well,
which
you don't
happened.
think about
Professional
that.
weenie
I
burners
understand.
know how to
I'm not trying to
burn the
shame
weenie.
Your cousin, this was.
Yeah, and so we went flying back to like our parents. My other cousin and me went flying back to our parents, like, she's dead, she died. And they came flying out because she just laid there in a heap because
Right.
it probably hurt like hell.
And it broke her leg.
Her arm. She
Her
broke her
arm.
arm.
Robot Face says weenie burner is what you call the blowtorch you use to cook hot dogs as a hobo. Yeah, I guess that'd just be like a stick, or whenever I think of a hobo, I go right to the old oil drum with the fire in it. Anyway, hello Nader Die, thanks for joining us. Ring Fit Adventure,
Are you
how
okay?
weenie burning got started. I was laughing.
Oh.
So the person I was with, who podcast people know as Bob, he was there and he did like the RPG aspect of it. So they made him run in place and then do the actual RPG battle. And you select basically your attacks, and your attacks are, fitness things like crunches or twisting and stuff like that.
Or
And
legs.
then the
What did leg squeezes? What did you
leg
call it?
squeezes. Yeah. Leg squeezes. For this mode, you weren't using leg squeezes to attack though. Yeah, Astravania, it's like a real game. It is an RPG where you run kind of on rails, I guess. So you run in place in real life, and that makes your character run on rails through a landscape. And then there's enemies you run into, and it turns into like a turn-based RPG, and your attacks are based on real life exercises that you do. Also, you use the ring, the fit ring to it was really cool. You use it to jump, and you use it to also like blow things out of the way and also suck things up. So like to blow thing or to suck up like items that you need, you turn in real life to face them wherever they are on the screen. So if they're on your right on the screen, you turn to the right, and then you flex the ring outwards over and over to do like a vacuum to suck the thing towards you. Or if there's like obstacles in your way, you turn towards them and you push the ring inwards over and over, and it blows out a gust of air to blow them away. Also to jump, which is really cool, instead of making you jump in real life, you run in place and you point the ring downwards and you squeeze it inwards a bunch of times to shoot out a gust of air that blows you off the ground. It was a really cool idea. I really liked it. Hi, Donut Muffin. So it was a lot of fun. And what'd they say? Damn it. I asked them how long it was, and they said it was lengthy. They said I think they said if you were putting in a full hour a day, it would take a little bit over a month. They said to see the whole game, like the full RPG aspect of it.
Wow.
So it's like lengthy.
Here's an important question.
Hi, it's a trap. Thank you everybody for joining the Discord today. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. Yeah.
Are you quite finished?
Here's a question. Silence.
Did you break a sweat at all?
Oh yeah, I didn't do the. Well, I mean it's me, so yeah, but I didn't do the RPG. I did the mini game thing. They gave me the fit ring for mini games, and they had a really cool.
Oh, boy.
It's whack-a-mole, but it's not as you think whack-a-mole. You know, you think like a platform in front of you with a whole bunch of holes, and you flick down a hammer.
A whole bunch of holes
Here-
and a whole bunch of moles.
Yeah, holes and moles. That was the name.
Mole
before it
Mania?
was so Mole Mania. So the whack-a-mole that I had was there's a metal circle on screen and then another circle outside of it. And you're basically playing two games of whack-a-mole at once. The moles will pop up either on the inner circle or the outer circle. And your ring has like pistons on it. So when the moles pop up, you have to turn
know.
the ring in real life to line up your pistons and then squeeze in to smash them with a hammer. Or if they're on the outer circle, you also rotate and you flex outwards to shoot the hammers outwards to hit them. So you'll have ones that'll be like on an inner ring and an outer ring. So you have like there's a lot of like twisting around to get it right, and it screws with your brain, but it's a lot of fun.
How much tension is on this thing? Did you bring some sort of device to test the tension?
No, but you could. I mean, it's somewhat rigid. You would have to put force into it to push the two sides together. You wouldn't. I don't think you would want to do that.
All the way together? Yeah,
You'd have to like really like.
Somebody's
get it
gonna
in.
try to do
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm sure. And the other mini game I did was just a real quick one that was like. It was just how many squeezies can you do with your arms in 30 seconds, and you're supposed to go as fast as you can. So it's like
People are going to
a
get
new
hurt.
level,
for sure.
of Mario Party torture. So instead of just hitting the button as fast as you can, I was literally going over.
Yeah,
and
that'll,
you have to
people will
squeeze
hurt
it
themselves a little
enough
bit.
to break like a barrier. Like, so you can't just do real tiny squeezes. You have to push in enough to break an invisible barrier for it to count. And I got like the record was like 115 and I got 102. I was like, oh man.
Wasn't that like a huge, if I recall correctly, thing in the news when the Wii came out with like people throwing Wiimotes through stuff?
Yeah.
people
I
still
could
do
see
that.
this becoming.
Hi, Sarah.
I could see this becoming like the next craze, and
Throwing their back out.
Yeah, it honestly has the right kind of stuff to break through to that audience. I just don't know if it will, because Wii Sports is very easy to understand. That is baseball, boxing, tennis, bowling. People, something everybody knows. Wii Fit broke through because everybody understands a scale pretty much, and it didn't have anything like mini game as far as like front and center. That content was in there later, but it was like just exercising. Now Ring Fit Adventure looks more like a traditional video game, but it also has just regular exercises too. So I think if they advertise it correctly, it could really take off. You would show the more gaming style stuff on like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, and then the more exercising focused stuff on like networks that show Ellen and other talk shows, just like they did previously. So
It would be nice to see somebody else implement the device, though. I mean, nobody else is really doing anything with the Wii Fit board, right? I mean, I think they did a very little bit.
Oh yeah, I meant to text you about this. Two
yeah.
points. Ring Fit
Maybe
Adventure.
You could have told me if you called me back.
Ring Fit Adventure uses the Joy-Con IR camera to measure your pulse heartbeart. So you hold your little thumb on the IR camera.
Your little thumb?
Little thumb.
Which one's the little thumb?
Squeezies.
Which one's my little thumb?
Left
Do I
hand.
have to measure?
Non-dominant hand. So it measures your heartbeat and all that, and tracks that data. But yeah,
IR
it was
sensor?
are they gonna have like fit?
the IR
connectivity?
camera. The IR
It's a
camera.
camera, and it can sense my. It's that sensitive to
Your
sense my
heartbeat.
heart beating.
That way you can log your data in too. Like you
it can
just,
sense my heart beating.
And the other thing I was going to say was
Give me a second. I've got a soundboard for this.
Yeah, that's how soundboards work. Hold on a second. I need to find the right sound. I don't know if you saw the news this week, but there's another game, a third-party game that announced they're using the IR camera. It uses the. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
It uses the IR camera to scan codes to generate items in the game, and I was like, Nikki Hill's going to be so happy. It's a third party using
probably a garbage game.
the IR camera. Now that's what I
Wow.
really thought he would say. Hi, Wouter. Hi, it's a trap. Thanks for joining, everybody. I'm so happy to see you in here. So Ring Fit Adventure, if you haven't been paying attention to it, check it out. It honestly was really cool, and it's gonna work your ass out. It's gonna work you out, not work your ass out. Well, maybe it'll work your ass out depending on what you do.
There we go.
No way! I don't believe it!
Right on time.
What was that about
Hi,
again?
Kamui.
What was that in
Kamui.
reference to?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that.
The camera being
So it
sensitive
was
enough
really
to
cool.
know-
Now
Sensitive enough. So this thing is sensitive enough
Just
to
the
sense
tip.
my heartbeat.
No way!
Man, that
I
was great.
don't believe it!
Also, all right, so the package comes with the ring accessory. It comes with the game itself, and it also comes with a leg strap for the other Joy-Con, which is literally just a leg strap. No technology in
How
there.
big
Technology.
is this leg strap? Does it go around a thigh?
Yeah, that's right. You're fine.
Is it? Are you sure? Have you
Yeah,
seen my
I saw
thighs?
it. Yes, I've seen your thighs. I saw the accessory. Yes, it is more than comparable. And the
Ample.
other thing is,
Ample.
if for some reason that accessory does not fit your leg, there is nothing specific to that accessory to make it work with the Joy-Con. You could rig up something on your own. You could go to another exercise store and buy something that's bigger that fits you. So don't worry about that. And the ring fit is used with your hands, or the fit ring, whatever it's called. So
Perhaps that was the most important
you
part.
don't have to wear it or anything. So don't worry about that.
Here's the other question I had.
I don't know. I've been missing what's going on in the chat here with all
Yeah,
these
my
dog
phone
pictures, but
just-
I love it.
My phone just shut off. Sorry, everybody. Oh,
Dre Gamer says it works like the Fitbit
Oh.
heartbeat tracker. There you go.
Yeah.
wow.
What a hole. I know, that's a great gift. So I played that. I also played Luigi's Mansion 3, but I don't know what to tell you about it because I've already talked about it.
Wait, are we at that point already? Oh, you went to an event
Are we at that point?
of what we played this week?
Sean says, wow, I'm impressed. Luigi's Mansion 3, I played it.
Wow! I am impressed!
All I did was play this stage that is quote unquote new. Not really new now. It was the, it's the level of the hotel that's taken over with all the trees and bushes and grass and leaves and all that. So, I mean, I've already talked about Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm excited for it, ridiculously excited. Mom Brain, you played it last. That's when we talked about it.
Play it.
This time I got to play a co-op and I was Guigi.
And you probably did a whole lot better than I did.
Oh, two things I meant to say.
Oh, yes. You suck.
I played as Luigi, so I let Luigi take the lead. Two things I meant to say at the beginning. Number one, most importantly, I know I say this stuff a lot. Hopefully I say it so that you guys know I mean it. Hopefully it's not annoying, but I'd rather it be annoying than not say it at all. Thank you so much for your support, because I get to do things like this. I get to go to these events only because you guys listen to the podcast, visit the site, follow on Twitter, read on Facebook. So thank you. I would not get these opportunities without you. I really appreciate it. Second, for the first time ever in my entire history of a showcase event like this, I've been to a lot of these showcases events, which is basically just walk into a room, you have an hour, and they walk you through games. This is the first showcase event I've ever been to where it was part of it was hosted by JC Rodrigo, Nintendo's JC Rodrigo.
I went to one with you, and he was there.
Never.
I went to an event.
Yes, we played Donkey Kong with him.
I went to an
No,
event. with-
that's not a showcase event.
I went to an event that he headed. That wasn't a showcase. It was showcasing something.
Well, they're all showcasing something. Yeah, it's like their holiday tours, what they call it.
No.
But they also do it not around holidays. So they do the fall tour and the summer
podcast
tour.
court is
So it has to be a one-on-one session, and you're the only one there for that block of time. That's a showcase. JC Rodrigo was there. Now, I know JC really well, and I've known JC for a really long time, and I've never had him at one of these events. And I walked in, somebody else there, and he was like, he goes, excuse me for a minute, and got up and ran over, gave me a big hug, and the other people were like, what's going on? And he goes, I've known this guy for a long time. You'll just have to pardon us. Because you're supposed to be very, not that I'm ever professional, because I'm not. But he's supposed to be very.
Did you wear
professional
pants to this
demo.
one?
No, I took them off when I saw he was there. But we know each other. We've known each other for a long time. We know each other really well. So we had it was a really fun demo session. It was really good. And he's the one that demoed Ring Fit Adventure, which was cool. So and he did Luigi's Mansion 3. That's why I wanted to mention it. Then he left, and other people came in. There's another demo, Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I have nothing to say because it was the exact same one Mom Brain and I saw. We talked about that at length last time.
It's also the same game that's been out
Pants
for how many years? Question about the Ring Fit game, though.
We're past that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, you didn't let me ask it originally.
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Question on the floor.
Was that me?
You there with the Lakitu shirt?
Now you threw me off. What was it going to be? Oh,
I'm
can
sorry,
the
we have
game
no more time.
can the game be played sitting down
I yield my time.
Yeah.
with like minimal effort put into it?
Some of them, yeah. Like the arm one that I did, yeah, you could be sitting down for that.
But like
But
with
running in,
minimal effort, like kind of just like little hit here and there. Like, are there ways to get through the game by manipulating the Joy-Con controller in a different way so that it doesn't even do anything physically?
I mean, I can't say for sure because I didn't do that. I don't know. Obviously, it's reading very specific data attuned to the ring, the fit ring. So, but that said, it's only reading motion. So I'm sure you could manipulate just the Joy-Con itself to make something work. But I would imagine you're going to have a hell of a time with some of the things because it just won't make any sense. Like, what is it? Warrior pose? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking. Like, what does it look like?
Like an arm out like this and like legs
My
like
knee is bent.
yeah. You had to go into that stance to do like a bow and arrow attack, and it won't let you do it until you've set it up right. It has like a screen that's like, okay, stand like this, turn your foot like
There's a
this,
pelvic tilt piece to that. That's tough.
hold the ring like this, and then it locks you in, and it's like, okay, we can see that you're doing it right, and then it activates. So, I mean, to do it without that for some of the exercises, I'm sure it would be simple, and for other ones it would be more trouble than it's worth. But yeah, I'm sure you could fudge your way through it if you wanted to, but you're not going to buy the game without the accessory. Like, I don't know if they're just doing, I don't think they're doing just the digital release because
You need
the thing. Yeah. You know what, this is so annoying to me. What's today's date? Today's the 28th.
I believe it is.
I played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020. And I played the new 8-bit mini games, but I'm not allowed to talk about them yet.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
And they were probably some of the most fun we had at the whole event, but I can't tell you about them. So that's that. Why can't I tell you? I don't know. I'm just reading the rules. Is there another piece of paper?
I don't know.
Oh, we played Super Lucky's Tale, new Super Lucky's Tale, but we already talked about that too. Yeah, so everything else we talked about. Really, the new thing was the Mario and Sonic 8-bit stuff, which I can't say, and Ring Fit Adventure, which was awesome. This is fine. This is for anybody can see this. The part I signed is gone. So yeah, yeah, exactly, Rob. Rob says that I say the 8-bit games exist. Yes, they do. Oh man, I want to talk about them really bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why there's being like, I don't know why there's an embargo on. It's not for me to decide. I don't know why there's an embargo on an Olympics game. Like, why? If they hadn't revealed the 8-bit games yet, and they wanted that kept secret, okay, I get it. That's a new, interesting mode that's never been in the games before. But we know that's in there. I just can't talk to you about the games. Why, I don't know. But I will say they were ridiculously fun. So thank you to Nintendo for having us in. Thank you to you guys for having Nintendo pay attention to me. And I got to go in because of you guys. That's it. PC says they're not letting me talk about it because of steroid use. Got to keep the fact that Eggman is juicing under wraps. I will say, I played as Eggman in every game.
Who wouldn't?
It was. I think the correct word is majestic. It was majestic. All right.
Ooh, I like that.
I will. Well, next week's podcast, I'll talk to you about it because October 1st is the embargo's up. Maybe I'll do a video for it. I don't know.
Please excuse all my sniffling. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but.
All right. Let's do some news because there are a lot of top stories this week. Mom Brain, are you ready?
I am ready.
Zelda Link's Awakening is the number one in the UK charts for its debut week, and it's the fastest selling Switch game of the year. So the UK is big into Zelda. Let's see what the specifics are here. Link Awakening is Grezzo's biggest Zelda launch in the UK yet, surpassing the record set by Ocarina of Time 3D by 27%. So it beat the record holder by more than a quarter. So that's really sizable. It's actually the only the third time Zelda's been #1 in the UK charts. The last time was back in 2003 with the launch of the Wind Waker on GameCube, and before that, Ocarina of Time on the N64 was #1.
Doesn't this one take place in the UK?
No. This takes place on Koholint Island, which we all know is in the UK.
Koholint?
Koholint.
Koholint.
Koholint. I don't know where to put the emphasis.
Koholint Island, and there's that volcano that's about to blow any minute.
Talking about Zelda, I need to thank you.
Koholint.
I had to, when I was talking about Link's Awakening and giving my impressions, I had to snip out a section of the podcast to send to Nintendo because they wanted to hear it.
Oh boy!
And so it was like an 11-minute segment, which I was really happy about. I think it came out really well.
Something real bad.
No, you were so amazing on the soundboard during the segment. I thought it in real life as we were recording because I was trying not to laugh as much as I was enjoying it. You did such a good job. The way you blended a sentence together.
Thank you so much for playing in my game.
It was something like
meow.
I was talking about Link's Awakening, and I was saying I was starting a sentence with I, and I said I, and you played right away the clip of Link saying, "I just wonder what Ganon's up to."
Oh, I think we worked together on that. Though.
Whatever
I think
the case
you
was,
were like,
it was so good. It was so good.
You fed me my line.
It was so fun. Hey, you played it up. It was good.
Yeah, it's working.
So thank you. First comment comes from TLK777, and they say the game is good, but I can't believe it's outpacing Super Mario Maker. Zelda sells, I guess. That is surprising. Yes, I will give you that. Because you don't ever think of Mario games being bested by Zelda games as far as sales go. Not that Zelda games sell poorly; they don't. But Mario is more mainstream. So here it is. I made it a top story because I was that excited about it. The game is Sword of the Necromancer. It's a roguelite dungeon crawler, and it supports the Joy-Con IR camera. Now, here's the thing. Also, if you don't want to use the Joy-Con IR camera, you don't have to. But for those who want to, you can. You use the Joy-Con IR camera for a code scanner feature. It lets you scan codes to obtain unique items and monsters in a game, and that is a core mechanic to the game. So it's not a mode that's just shoehorned in there. It's an important mechanic. We also added a video of the scanner in that post if you want to see what it looks like.
What's the other game?
Astrovania in Zelda, you have 8 points of direction. So I technically, yes, I would say you move on a grid, but that includes the diagonal movement. So.
Oh no, it's Cadence of Hyrule is that dungeon game with.
That is correct.
I don't know why I thought something Necromancer would be Zelda.
Donut Muffin says, "This is the kind of thing I want, using the hardware's features to create unique experiences. Where are you WarioWare developers?" Yeah, during the Ring Fit Adventure demo, we brought up Bob asked them, are they going to make another game that uses this accessory? And JC was like, and I said, that is a question that JC will not be able to answer today. And he said, that is correct. And I said, JC, they should make a WarioWare game for this. And he goes, I will hold on to that. And I said, you take that back to Nintendo and you tell him. And he goes, I will take it back with me. And that's all that he said. So
I should have waited.
We'll see what happens if that accessory gets used for anything else. But yes, it is very cool to see a third party adding in that feature. Very welcome. And it's a cool idea too. Works really well with the camera.
The best part about a WarioWare game using that is just looking around at all the people sweating their butts off.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think about that, man. There's that moment. I know the millennials talk about it a lot, but I also experience it, whether I'm counted as a millennial or whatever.
I think technically you are.
Right on the cusp.
Are we?
When I'm like,
aren't we the other ones?
When I'm playing something like on the TV, or I'm like looking at something on anything, phone or TV, when you're sitting there, and I'm all like, I'm gonna say 85% in my boxers and nothing else, and I'll be playing a game.
Wait a second.
What?
I'm imagining your body, 85% of your body in boxers.
Yeah, that's correct.
The only thing is like your hands and your head are sticking out, and that's it, and your feet.
So I'll be sitting there, and then you're playing a game or watching a movie
What
or
the heck?
whatever, and then sometimes the screen will fade to black and then go to something else, and in that split second you see yourself in a reflection and you're like, what am I doing with my life? You look at yourself and you have like a dead-eyed stare.
That's
You're
how they
just
make
staring
you
at the screen.
part of the experience.
That's right.
So
Putting
that's
you
that
into the
little
movie.
moment of self-reflection, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, PC, you've seen me in my boxers enough. You can vouch for the fact that I wear full body boxers too. There you go.
Do I smell?
No, I'm just trying to cover up my sniffles.
This is a really cool story. Well, technically, it's not a cool story, but then it
Cool.
becomes a cool story. There is a person who took to Twitter to share a story, and the story was about them saying back when they were a kid, they played video games.
With bags on their feet, and they had to walk 4 miles uphill in the snow.
And they also happen to be a flute player. Now, I looked this up. I always thought it was flautist, and it is flautist, but it is also flutist. Flutist is allowed in North America, so I'm going to say flutist because that sounds better to me. Anyway, they were saying they played video games, including The Legend of Zelda, and they were a flute player. And they had learned how to play the treasure chest sound on their flute, and they were excited about it and went and told their mom. And they said, Mom, I can play the Zelda treasure chest sound on my flute. And their mother said, games again, stop wasting your time and go study. Why is this
So
person
sad.
sharing this story? Well, because they took to Twitter to tell their younger self it was a good idea to do what they were doing back then, because 26 years later, they got to perform the flute on The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So when you hear the flute in that game, in many songs, it's this person. So they said, you know what, younger self, you stick to it because it's going to pay off. I think that's such a cool story. That's a really, I'm sorry their mom was
What did she do for
crappy
26
about it.
years, though?
play Zelda.
You just sat there?
I don't know, how old is she? What, probably like, I guess
Like,
30s?
What's the da-na-na-na, that song?
I would guess, yeah.
Or it's like, or is it the song that leads up to it? Like when it
No.
circles around?
Do. I mean,
that
it
whole
could be
part.
all of that.
She just played that over and over again.
I mean, in the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening soundtrack, she performs many songs.
You know, it would be great if she just followed people around, and every time they opened like a box from UPS or something, she played it, or like they opened a door and she played.
PC, you're not allowed at our place for the Royal Rumble.
Whoa.
Autumnal Blake says,
Whoa.
that's a lovely story. Reminds me of how lucky I am to have such supportive parents. Don't ever give up on your dreams because of someone else. That is a great last statement, Autumnal Blake. Don't ever give up on your dreams because of someone else. If it's really
Amen.
a dream and you're really passionate about it, see it through in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be a career. It could just be something that you like to do that gives you enjoyment. As long as it doesn't hurt others or yourself, then you go right ahead. PC, I'm sorry, you're not. We'll have to talk about this in the after show. Igarashi has said that he didn't expect a Switch port of Bloodstain to be as bad as it was when released. So he's being just blunt about it, and I appreciate that. I don't know, man. The last few weeks I've been thinking about this a lot because gamers today seem to be really annoyed with what I would consider to be really little things, but that's not for me to say. I'm saying personally, I don't have the same gripes, but overall, I can't fault people for it. But there's stuff in Link's Awakening. There's frame rate issues. It never detracted from the experience for me. And I saw a Reddit thread the other day where someone was like, the ambient occlusion in Link's Awakening is destroying the experience for me. And I'm like, come on, dude, really? Like, whatever. But then it comes
like
up
when
with
I was a barista and someone would ask for a coffee extra hot, or like a cappuccino, right? Like, make me a cappuccino extra hot. And there's like a certain temperature range, I forget what it is, that like you normally steam the milk to, and then extra hot is like in this other temperature range, obviously hotter. And so whatever, I made them their cappuccino with steamed milk, and they came over and they were like, excuse me, this cappuccino is ice cold. And I was like, it is not ice cold, but if you would like it hotter, I can do that.
Now
for
here's
you.
the thing. They are paying to get what they want.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I understand that.
But
to
ice
go
cold,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
come on. And like, a freaking 20-something-year-old barista. Like, I don't.
Let's get the thermometer in there.
You
What
do.
do they call that? A
like something my
thermometer.
You
dad
do
would
keep
say.
a thermometer so you can see exactly, and
You
I
showed
made it
her.
extra
You
hot.
show her that?
No, because that would have been rude. And
Did you check her temperature? She could have been burning up.
Oh,
she'd
maybe
been
that's
like,
it.
"You're an ice cold bitch," is what you are.
Oh, gauntlet thrown.
The
It
shade,
was
the shade.
so annoying. I will never forget it.
Chad is happy with your new word, Nikki. All right. So it pertains to Bloodstain as well. And Bloodstain, I would say, is infinitely rougher than Link's Awakening's troubles. I would put Link's Awakening's troubles personally for me at a 0.5, and Bloodstain, I'd say, is a solid 3 or a 4. But again, I'm okay with it. It wasn't something that ruined the experience for me. I only played Bloodstain on the Switch. I'm glad they are fixing it, but if we're gonna, I think the complaints are more warranted with Bloodstain. Igarashi says, when you're working with an outsourced studio, it can be difficult to match the quality line when things change. With Bloodstain, we would first share our goal with the outsourced studio and make sure we both agree and determine the necessities. But even with proper planning, it's difficult to reach. So, things didn't go quite as expected. And as I said later on in the interview, he said he, quote, didn't expect the Switch port to be as bad as it was when it released, end quote. But we're 2 patches we found out are coming in November. We've known the patches are in for a long time now. Hello, Aloe Wolf. Thanks for joining us. So we'll see how far they go in fixing up the situation. I think they're going to do a lot because they brought in WayForward again. WayForward did some very early work on the game and then left, and it's clear they should have been there the whole time. So WayForward's coming in to fix things up, and WayForward knows a lot about the Switch, so I'm sure it's going to come out much better in the end. And we just gotta wait to November to find out. Miss Fortune says, getting WayForward to help with the Switch port sounds good. Just a shame the fix is coming a long while after release. Even more so when you consider it seems maybe even Iga was shocked to see the Switch port sold better than the other versions. So most people's exposure to Bloodstain has been with a so-so port. Man, you guys are on point with the comments. Yeah, I don't think for most fans it's a surprise that the Switch version sold the most. It's an Igarashi-led Metroidvania. His bread and butter was with the Nintendo audience for years, double-digit amount of years. That's not so much of a game that Xbox One and PS4 players are going to play. Certainly, they play it, but I think most would expect that the audience, by and large, is going to be biggest on the Switch. And that's not even to talk about the Switch momentum. So for us, it's not all that surprising. But, developers are just focused. Most developers are focused on creating the game itself. So their head is a bit buried in the sand when it comes to, the audience, I guess. Yes, Nikki Hill, you had something to say?
I was going to ask what we're talking about because I'm trying to follow through the message board.
Well, we're talking about something brand new now, so get ready.
Overwhelmed.
We're talking about EA. Thanks to an anonymous source who I know very well, they were taking a survey from EA because they were part of EA's Project Atlas test thing. No, it's not at EA.
Who do you know? Steve Madden?
John Madden.
Is it John Madden? Steve Madden's the shoe person.
Yes, they collaborate often.
They should make.
The Madden brothers.
They should make. Are they
John
really
Madden still alive?
I don't know. Check Ace department store. It's not a department store. It's a hardware store.
Ace is the place you go when you wanna die.
Whoa.
EA has
shovels.
EA has Project Atlas coming out, which is a cloud gaming service for their games, obviously. And there's a survey for people who have been testing things out.
Oh boy!
And the survey says,
"Show me potato
there
salad."
we go. So I was looking for which of these following platforms. We have a question about that later today. Do you most want to play via the cloud? And it lists Mac, smart TV, cable, blah, 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 blah. But specifically mentioned is the Switch. So EA is at the very least considering bringing their Project Atlas cloud service to the Switch, which makes sense because they're creating games that run natively on Xbox One and PS4, and the Switch couldn't handle them. And since they're too bothered to put time into ports, they'll do a cloud service and allow you to play those games through the cloud service.
And what is it, like an emulator or something?
No, it's like basically you are playing it on real hardware, but through the internet.
Yeah, but if they don't want to take the time to port it to the Switch, they're going to still have to take the time to reformat the game so that it works with the Switch.
No, they don't do that.
I don't understand how it's going to work then. The controls aren't mapped to...
You set the controls through like the Project Atlas system settings. Like they'll add in main or basic support for the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller, and then you adapt the buttons to do as you want them to in each game.
I mean, if it's that easy, why can't other companies do that already?
Lots of companies are doing it. The problem is internet. The problem is not.
No, it's only capable. It's only possible for the cloud
What?
to play a game on another system through the cloud, but like to do
I have no idea what you're saying.
for them
But I wanna know.
to port the games over to the Switch
Yes.
to make it a digital download or whatever.
Yes.
It's like it takes work, and you have to make sure that the engine that they're using is compatible and it works.
Yeah.
And everything else. But with the cloud, it doesn't. Like that
because
completely
it has
eliminates the
nothing to
need for an
do-
engine.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with. It's like Netflix. You can play Netflix on any TV.
Yeah, but you're not passively watching a game; you're playing it, which means the system has to be able to.
The only thing that has to function here is the app. That's it. As long as the app reads your input correctly, that's all that you need. So you need high-speed internet, and they need to make their app correctly. That's it. That's all that you need. That's why, like, trying to think of another example. There's plenty of cloud services that are out right now. Yeah, you don't
Clown
need
services,
they-
like the clowns come in a little car to your house and cheer you up.
Companies are working on cloud
Steve
services
McHanahan-
because
McHanahan?
it allows them to
McHanahan?
bring their games to a whole bunch of other hardware that would never play games. Like you could get a
Why
TV.
can't they just put an app out, and then you download the games? And I guess that wouldn't work.
I don't know. You didn't finish.
To basically play the games through the app,
That's what you're doing.
right? Through the cloud. But there can probably be another way to do that locally, not have to do it through the cloud and have to deal with
Locally, you
internet.
would. This is the whole reason why we have the cloud. Locally, you would need the hardware. Locally is the Switch itself, or the Xbox One, or the PS4. That is your portal to playing those games with physical media or digital downloads. But if you had hardware that's not powerful enough, you would use the cloud as the go-between, because it connects you to a platform that is powerful enough to play it on, and you're just remotely controlling it. I know what it's like. It's like the apps that are on mobile phones right now that let you play crane games over in Japan. You are controlling that through the internet.
So I'm
going
gonna
to
get on my
with that.
app and I'm going to play a game while somebody else in some other part of the country is just sitting there watching a TV and I'm playing off their system. I'm kidding. I know that's not what you're talking about.
I know.
Um,
Sarah, I agree. So yes, if they are testing it and it seems like the Switch is being considered. Thank you so much to our anonymous source for sending that our way. Oh, that is a great one, Autumnal Blake. Autumnal Blake.
but here's
says-
another question.
Hold on. No, I can't say I would want that. I'm fine enough with streaming games, but streaming won't make an ass game good. Ooh, burning
Ooh, an
EA.
ass game.
I know a lot of people are complaining about the new FIFA on PS1 or PS4 and Xbox One as well. Yes, Nikki Hill?
What if you're playing out off the cloud and it rains and the cloud clears up?
Oh my god.
Next story.
It's a solid question.
We are skipping the
That's not
Smash
solid,
Brothers
it's
story. If
super.
you're following along, Nikki Hill, we're going to the Monkey Ball story. I will say this
Monkey
right now.
Target.
If you don't want something spoiled for you, please skip the next. I'll say
Shield monkey ball.
I'll say 2 or 3 minutes of the podcast. I'm not going to dedicate
what
a
if
lot of
it's
time to
longer
it.
than that?
Time starts
Well,
now.
don't
What
slow
if
me
we
down.
Go over
Super
it?
Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD is coming to the Switch in October.
Is this the spoiler?
Yeah, we're getting into it.
Okay, we're just about to have. The
I will
spoiler.
announce the spoiler before I do it.
Now's okay. Be careful, everyone.
And the Xbox One achievement list has come out.
Is that a spoiler?
You're eating up my 2 or 3 minutes.
Fine.
And that list reveals a character that's going to be playable in the game that is never, as far as I know, has never been playable in Monkey Ball before. Here is the spoiler.
Spoiler! Be careful, everyone.
Meow.
The character is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow, I was
Yes.
totally joking.
Sonic
Wow.
is going to be playable in Super Monkey Ball, which is
Wow.
I'm impressed, which is crazy. Is he going to just roll around in his ball form? Is he going to be in a monkey ball? So many questions to ask. I don't know. Let me read a question or a comment, and then we will go to the next story. Make everybody safe. Reg Nilla says, "Okay, now that's bananas." Yeah, I want to see what happens there. I like that idea. I think it's silly, and I think Monkey Ball is a silly franchise, so it works for me. Okay, that's that. What time are we at?
That's like that game.
Yes, it is.
That one,
Yep.
the one with Sonic, the 3D Sonic.
Sonic Spinball. I don't know what you're talking about.
Spoiler alert.
What are you talking about?
We can't talk about it anymore. Let's move on.
Fortnite data miners have found something really interesting. Apparently,
What is a Fortnite? 14 days? Is that what we said, or 7? It's 14, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Speaking of that,
Ooh.
please apologize, Mom Brain.
Gander.
Oh,
I
boy.
know. I mixed up Gander and Gaggle. I apologize.
Gander is a male goose
and Gaggle.
A
And
gaggle
Goose is the lady.
of geese.
Why is clothes this
No,
beginning?
did you say Gaggle is the lady?
No, Gaggles. Did I?
A group.
You just said that right now. I think
I
Gaggle is a
Oh,
group.
boy.
Gander
I'm
is a
not
guy.
well.
We're gonna need
I'm all
another
congested.
apology next week.
Okay.
Nader Dice says Fortnite equals 14 nights.
Wait, what's the gander?
A male.
The boy goose.
What's good for a goose, the female, is good for the gander, the boy.
And a gaggle is all of them together.
Don't yell into the microphone. A gaggle of geese. Yes, it's all in
Right?
together. A gaggle of geese and
and all
ganders.
their
I'm so
poop
sorry.
will give your pets giardia.
Anyway, Fortnite data miners have found out that apparently we could be in for a brand new map in Fortnite, which would be the first time we've seen a complete map refresh. We're talking about everything leaves, brand new map.
That'll
And
level the playing field a little, wouldn't
A
it?
piece
Literally.
of art has come out as well that was data mined from the game, so it is legit, of everybody waving goodbye to the Fortnite bus driver as his bus flies off into
Oh
the
my
sunset.
God.
So wait, what's happening?
Too late. The new names for these locations are Beachy Bluffs, Camp Cod, Creative Island, Dirty Docks, Frenzy Farm, Holly Hedges, Lazy Lake, Mountain Meadow, Power Plant, Slurpy Swamp, Sunny Shores, and Weeping Woods. So these are all
Not wailing.
new
weeping.
locations. Yes, it seems like the island is going bye-bye. Autumnal Blake says, in the past, they have had some cool love events for this kind of thing. I
Wait.
think he means live. I might download to be a part of it. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see, whatever goes on live in a game when this switch supposedly happens. Yes, Nikki Hill, now let me explain it
this
just for you.
photo could be interpreted differently. The bus driver's like, I'm out of here. These storms are crazy. I'm not dealing with these storms no
Possible.
more. And they're like,
You're all stuck here.
come back.
Okay, so then they all die, and we still need a new place.
That's why it's called the end.
Who calls it the end?
That's what it says here. And it's labeled as the end.
Oh, the file is called the end. Yeah, the end of that. So they're all dead, and then we
no,
go somewhere
Fortnite's done. They're moving on to something else.
Yeah.
new. BagelNet, that's amazing.
They have a moral confliction, or they're feeling
Oh, my
conflicted about
God.
taking people's money for skins.
BagelNet has made something
No,
amazing. Go into
guess
the
not.
Discord and show Mom Brain, and I will continue on.
What, my face?
Not your face, no. Mario Kart Tour, which is available on mobile devices now has, or we found out at launch. Is it the animated one?
Me yawning.
Yes, has a gold pass, and the gold pass is priced at $5 a month. The gold pass unlocks gold gifts when racing in tours, special in-game badges for gold challenges,
We're not talking about Fortnite anymore.
and 200
Mario
cc.
Kart
Nope.
Tour.
You get a 2-week free trial if you want, but yes, $5 a month for this, and people are not happy. First comment, top rated comment, comes from RP Gargoyle. So RPG Argoyle. It says, it's
Gargoyle.
Mario Run's failure and Heroes and Go's success that's led the way for this garbage. A real shame. You know, I agree with your sentiment, as in it's those other games that paved the way for this. That I agree with. Is it a shame? Yes, I will say it's a shame, because I thought the Super Mario Run idea was a great one. One flat fee and you get everything after that.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
that
was great.
backfired on them.
But that, it's almost like you didn't listen to the comment. So that backfired on them, and now they're like, listen, Emblem makes the money, Pokemon Go makes the money, so we're going to go with what makes the money, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. Although,
Money.
Dr. Mario World still has traditional microtransactions, but not like a pass like this, as far as I know. But yeah, I mean, it is a shame because there are Nintendo fans who are like, boy, I like that Nintendo is doing things differently with mobile. And Nintendo has found that the average mobile user just is not ready to deal with that. So they're like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So
$5 each month.
Yeah.
That's a little steep, isn't it?
it is steep.
What do you pay
which-
$5 a month for? Every month, $5. What do you pay?
We pay many things all month that are more than $5.
$5, yeah.
Right, but I'm talking about something that's just like purely entertainment, like any other games
Well,
or any other
soon,
thing.
closest I'm going to have is Disney Plus, which will be $6.
I think I pay.
You're gonna get that crap?
Oh my God, you kidding me? Day one.
Oh my
Mandalorian is
God,
enough alone.
Mandalorian. That's pretty impressive. That movie, that game looks like a movie and it's a series.
I'm sorry. I
That
tried
series
as far away as I
Looks
could.
like it's made with like
Disney's
the same budget of, these films, like the
Disney's
special
got
effects
some
and
money.
stuff.
Yeah, it looks good. My dad.
I don't know where
watched
they
it-
got it all from.
My dad watched the trailer and he's like, "When does this movie come out?" I was like, "It's not a movie. It certainly looks like one." But I said it's a TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nintendo tried and it didn't work. And people, here's the crazy thing:
I realized
there are
that
plenty of
plus
people
means,
who
like all that other stuff. It's
complain about it's like Disney, Marvel,
Disney
Nat Geo,
plus Marvel plus
uh,
Star Wars plus
Star Wars, whatever.
There's
One I'm forgetting in there.
Pixar.
People complained.
Pick a
There
Pixar.
are fans who bought that other stuff and liked the way they handle it. But the thing is, there are plenty of people who are complaining about this as well, but they on average spend more than $5 a month on the mobile games that they play now. So they're looking
Well,
for
that's
the
what's
whales.
funny. Like you can offer a game for free, do the microtransactions, and laugh your way to the bank over things like skins and all that other stuff, or you can just charge something upright and then everyone gets outraged.
Yeah.
Play the game that everyone else is playing, Nintendo. Just do it.
Yeah. I
Give
can't
in.
tell you how many people I've talked to have been like, Super Mario Run's not worth the money. And I was like, I'm going to guess you don't know what's in it. And they're like, that's not the point. I'm never going to pay $10 for a mobile game. I'm like, okay, well then we're not having
How
this
much
conversation.
how much have you spent in Fortnite over the last few months?
See, that's the one difference I will say. Fortnite you can still enjoy without paying a dime, which is what I've done. There's no competitive
I
advantage for
enjoy
that stuff.
Sugar Blast without
But
paying a dime.
something like Mario Kart Tour, you're paying the $5 a month to get the stupid crap, but also to unlock 200cc. I think that's a step too far.
But you have to re-unlock it every month. Like if
No,
I stopped paying,
Oh yeah, you're not going to have access.
so
to
there's
it.
going to be new levels, and I have the lowest.
I don't know that there will be new.
Why
levels,
is it that
no.
you can't
Did you hear me?
unlock those? You don't know that there's going to be new levels.
No, you just be able to race at 200cc.
Why is it it's not structured like the regular games? Like
It is, except now you got to pay.
right. That's what I mean. But like
So
you
we're
play
we're
enough,
saying the same
you
thing.
play enough levels, you level up or whatever, and then this is unlocked for you.
Yeah, well,
And now
the
that's not
majority-
even available. You can't
That
even
is
unlock it.
just not 200cc. I can't say this enough times.
I
50,
understand
100,
that, and I'm saying
150.
you cannot unlock 200cc. You have to pay.
You have to pay.
So it's not
yes.
even the option where like I want it now.
Yeah.
It means you just
Oh, pay once. And
so
you
if
have
I
access
stop
to it? No.
paying, so if I'm paying for 5 months, and I'm like, you know what,
Well, the
I don't
thing
want to
is-
pay this anymore, and I stop, then that 200cc goes away.
Well,
the following month.
200cc doesn't get you new levels, just like 150cc or 100cc.
But you don't even know if they're gonna
don't get you
release
new
new
levels.
levels.
That's not how Mario Kart works, unless they completely change it. What it does do is blocks you from access to racing ghosts of other players who are playing on 200cc. So you're just eliminating yourself from that, like, quote unquote tournament, that pool of players.
Right.
Which is going to be smaller
Have
than
you
everybody
played it?
else. I have it on my phone. I haven't played it yet.
How do you even play it? Is it like you're just tilting?
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Oh, that's a
Did you
different way to
get
play it.
that?
Just been
The
waiting.
game is not fun.
I haven't played it yet. No.
It's been so long since I've heard it.
Anyway, let's move on to a story that's nice and happy, and I actually talked to Mom Brain about outside of the outside of the podcast.
How you liking that trackpad?
I hate it.
I know it's awful.
Overland. It's a game that's out now on the Switch. I think it's out now. Yeah.
Yeah, remember when that was like a big secret, and you were like, "Oh, this might be happening," and then they were like, "It is happening," and you were like, "It is happening."
Overland? No, I don't remember that at all.
Oh, what's that other game I was thinking of?
Probably
Overwatch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
What's Overland? Is that a sequel to Overwatch?
Let me tell you, it's like a RPG kind of game. Whatever. The really cool thing is, and I had no idea this existed. The game has a special mode or a special option for those who suffer from dyslexia. Dyslexia.
What is
Dy-
that? Tell me, what is
dyslexia. There's a player who was at one of the events where this game was being demoed before it released, and they were like, "I really want to play your game. It's my type of game, but I can't because of the text. I have problems with dyslexia." So they heard that, and they were like, "You know what? Let's change that. Let's make it so this person can play." So they have a mode in there for dyslexics in order to make it easier for them to read the font. And I didn't know that was a thing. There's something called Open Dyslexic, which is a font that makes slight adjustments. I don't know why I had trouble there. Adjustments to the font to make it easier for those people to read. And we have a comparison screenshot of the two fonts. And
does dyslexia get so bad that you just can't?
No,
it's very distracting.
It's not progressive. It's not like
No, but like my dyslexia is so bad I can't read a page of options on a game.
Well, the problem is that it's taxing. It's so it's like the way that your brain works. It's not like it's the way that your like the symbols and the sounds get connected in your brain, and so it can become so taxing that it's so off-putting that why would you bother? That's like not a leisure schedule. So think about like
the person who brought the person who
I'm
brought
not trying
to
poke fun.
Think about like translating. Like think about playing a game you've never played before in a language that you're like only somewhat familiar with, and how like that would get in the way of your whole experience. Could you figure it out? Sure. Could you make sense of it? Yes, but it would not be at all like fun or entertaining. It would be hard.
Yeah, the person who brought this up with them said that the words on the screen were too frustrating for them to be able to get into it. So,
and I think sometimes I think like there's plenty that can be done for like actually in the last maybe like 5 years, we've done a lot in education to like screen for signs of dyslexia, and we're much better at like catching it and treating it and getting early interventions in place. But there are people our age who probably were never even diagnosed and treated properly. Like,
how do you test for it?
Well, you screen for it. Like you look to see like what kinds
really,
of readers
Saria, thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, you're gonna,
and then you can go from there. But like a teacher can't diagnose that.
You were going to be part of the show later today. You still will be, but you won't be around for it. I just want to let you know. Have a great day at work.
Somebody developed a font a couple of years ago to make it easier to read.
Maybe that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're utilizing.
Autumnal Blake says, seeing more accessibility options is wonderful. They're generally not too difficult to implement, especially if you use variables instead of literal values when programming, which should always be done anyway, but still make a massive difference to the ability of some players to enjoy the game. It helps the developers share their game with more players too. It's a win for everyone. It's a win for everyone is definitely correct. Very cool to see. Now I learned about something I didn't even know existed, and it's helping potentially. Well, it is helping millions of people because it's fun and is used in other places besides the games. Thanks for dropping that picture in the Discord, Roth. You can see the example for yourself now. On the left is the regular font. On the right is the dyslexic open dyslexic font, I believe it was called.
I believe Kindle has an option for it.
Mario Kart Tour, which rushed the mobile charts, also did a number for Super Mario Run. Mario Kart Tour within the first 24 hours was #1 on the iOS free game charts. And it boosted Super Mario Run all the way up to number 2. Number 2! So people were searching Mario, which brought up both of them. And then people were like, oh, I didn't know there was a Mario game. I'm going to get that too. And that's what they did. Autona Blake says, it's a real shame they went this hard on the mobile scummy IAPs this time. Hopefully, the better game gets some more sales out of this. I'm sure some will transition to a paid customer, yes, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Autumnal Blake knows to get in on those top stories and get a comment in there, yeah.
On Kindle, too.
There you go. And that's funny because that looks more annoying to me to read.
It's like heavy.
Yeah.
It, like drags the words down.
Oh, that's what I think I was thinking.
That's
of.
the font.
We also have information on Mario Kart Tour's gacha rates. So basically, the appearance rate of characters and items, how likely you are to get them from like randomly showing up.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, Denny. There's a 5% appearance rate for normal characters. There's a 1% appearance rate for super characters. There's a there's a 1% appearance rate for high-end spotlight, and then high-end in general is a 0.3% appearance rate. 0.3% chance of getting characters like Dry Bowser, Metal Mario, Peachette. And now here's the really interesting thing.
Dry Bowser?
Yes.
Like dry bones.
You got it.
Not like get this guy a drink of water.
No. I didn't know how these rates compared to other mobile games because I don't play a lot of mobile games and I never do microtransactions. And I should know the name of the person, but I don't. Thank you to the person I can't remember your name of. They talked to me on Twitter and they said the gacha rates in Mario Kart Tour on average are better than your average mobile game. So that's, I guess, good here, but supremely disappointing overall. That's crazy.
When did this game come out? The Mario Kart Tour.
25th.
What's today? The 28th?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because I just went in. I went into my.
That's funny.
I'm fine.
I went into my apps thing yesterday and I was like, "Oh, this is advertising Mario Kart Tour. I wonder when this is out." And I was looking. I was like, "Wait,
Is out now, baby.
it's out."
It's
Reg-
out now, baby.
Reg Nilla says,
Oh, Regnilla. Everyone in the chat was expecting autumnal Blake.
I know. Breaks my heart that mobile gaming has gone this way. Hopefully these rates are adjusted and in the future Nintendo releases full games for mobile instead of normal microtransaction heavy games. Well, you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to see if we're going to have to see how much money the game makes in its first month, and then we're going to see what Nintendo's going to do.
Here's a little hint. If you like chai tea, a great way to make chai tea is to get good chai tea bags and then
Make it.
make it. Follow the directions on how to steep your tea. It's a black tea, so probably like 5 minutes, right? But instead of adding sugar and milk, you add sweetened condensed milk.
That's like
Right, Rami? You had it.
Yes.
That's
You-
like Thai iced tea and Vietnamese coffee.
So farting.
Hey, PC, are
good.
you still listening? Because I haven't seen
That
you in a
stuff
while.
is- oof.
I know the Thai iced. Oh,
Well, no,
I
the
wanna go for
sweetened,
Thai
the
iced
sweetened,
tea.
No.
the sweetened condensed milk is like, yeah.
So around here, you can buy it in the quote
Can.
ethnic food section
Oh.
in a squeeze bottle.
Freezy squeezy. Do
Yeah.
you know the icy?
Icy
Like
juicy?
squeezies.
You know ices, right? My like the icy things.
Yes.
My friends
Those
call
ice
them
pops, flavor ice?
flavor ice.
Yeah.
We know them as flavor ice. I have a friend at work who
Otter Pops?
swears that they're called freezy squeezies.
I mean, you do squeeze them and you freeze them. So
And he's
I could go for a pink one of those right
eat them
now.
and eat them. I never liked the flavor of those ever. I ate them, but I never liked it.
I like the pink ones.
but
I'm going to ask for your help here, you two. If
No,
you could
the
just,
answer is no.
I know
We're
it's gonna
leaving.
Be,
We're
if you
leaving.
could just let me get through this story because it's a really important one that I want
Can
to
I
talk
go like
about.
get a drink?
If you want to, yeah, sure. Be rude. Show that you don't care about the show. It's
I care
fine.
deeply. I am so congested. I'm just trying to thin out this mucus.
So what do you want? Go do it.
I want you to get
All
off
I,
my
get
all I
out.
want to do is get on to the
I
story.
want you to get off my dick.
Wow. Hey-oh. Mother effer, relax. All right, so this story.
Relax.
Often on this show,
What the heck?
I talk about
go hoik it
How-
out. Hoik.
annoying analysts, or not analysts, how annoying
This is actually exactly what he didn't want to
exactly,
happen, so.
exactly. The stock situation, the stock market situation is with games because I always say that it seems like investors have no idea what they're investing in and they're extremely reactionary to things that they don't understand or pay attention to. And that is point for point exactly what happened here. The Switch Lite launched in Japan last week.
Yeah.
The early estimates for sales put it at 114,000 units in 3 days. Those were not the final numbers. Anybody that follows games knows that to be the case. Anybody that follows games knows that the final sales data comes out on Wednesday. That's how it always is.
It sure is boring
I saw you
around
doing
here.
something. So again, everybody knew this, but the first estimates were at 114,000. Nobody took those numbers as final because we knew the final were coming later. Well, here's the thing.
The thing
Bloomberg, who we all know,
Yeah.
Bloomberg posted the 114 as gospel, and they combined that with a quote from Citi, as in Citibank, who had put out estimates for what they expected the system to do. Citibank said that they were expecting the sales for the Switch Lite to reach 300,000 units in the first 3 days. So combining those two, Bloomberg made an article saying that Switch Lite sales were disappointing. What happened after that? Nintendo stock dropped over 4% in a single day, which caused them to lose like a ridiculous amount of value. I forget how much it was, but it was insane.
What's the value story on that?
So it was crazy to see, because again, anybody who knows or follows the industry was like, A, why would they run with those numbers? B, why would they write that article? C, and
Huh?
perhaps most
What?
importantly, why would Citi put out that estimate of 300,000? Because it seems like they have no idea the history of how Nintendo's hardware sells.
Perhaps that was the most important
So
part.
Dr. Serkan Toto, who we've commented on a whole bunch and I've shared his data. He's the CEO of Tokyo-based game industry consultancy Kantan Games. He put up a whole blog about this, and he said it was, quote, at a big joke at best and a scandal at worst, because it greatly affected Nintendo's value. And he went on to talk about just how crazy it was. So Switch Lite it ended up selling 177,000 in its first 3 days. That makes it, depending on how you look at hardware and group things together, either the second best selling redesign of hardware for Nintendo or the third best selling. That's of all time. And the Switch itself, the regular Switch at launch, moved 330,000 units in its first week in Japan. There's the highest or the best-selling hardware revision for Nintendo ever sold something like 230,000 units in Japan. To think that the Switch Lite would almost match launch week sales of a brand new system is absolutely crazy. That would never happen. That has never happened. And for Citibank to put out that estimate is unbelievable, because it shows they have no idea what's going on, and this caused Nintendo to lose billions.
Do they have recourse? Does Nintendo have any
No.
recourse?
No, they don't. What are they going to say?
Like,
You
sue
shouldn't have.
them for damages or some business? I don't know. I don't know anything
Maybe.
about that.
I don't know how that works. Hello, Laxter. I appreciate you joining. Yeah, so I it's just so crazy to me. I was so happy that Dr. Serkan Toto, which is the greatest name ever, put this article out there.
Do you think that's Dr. Fad's true name?
Dr. Fad. Akmaguins has the top rated comment, and they say, "This is the world we live in. There's an idiot making predictions without base. Then another idiot reports it along with inaccurate data. Then when bad things happen due to their lack of professionalism, they aren't held accountable." Clap, clap, clap. I mean, when it comes to the world of investors and all that, at least with video games, I would certainly agree, because I see 9 times out of 10 when Nintendo has something great happen, or they hit a milestone, or they hit a sales landmark, their stock will go down. And I'm like, I don't understand how this happens. But now we got a little bit more insight on
it. I think they were kind of lined up for a bit of a reversal or whatever, like where
that's
things level
fine
out.
in and of itself, but it should not happen because of some asinine projection.
But like, I don't understand how the market works anyway, because when you see something like the Avengers Endgame made almost It didn't clear $1 billion in opening week, right?
I don't remember. It might have done. I thought
I
it
think
did
it was
1.1.
Was it? Well, regardless, it made more than $900 million, right? You would expect Disney stock to like significantly boost because of that. And at the time, I don't think it did.
Yeah, because analysts and investors don't have any idea.
No, it's not necessarily the case. Well, investors, but like, regardless, if they made that much money, I'm probably completely wrong, but like I think like their worth has already gone up, so it's not necessarily what investors are paying. It's like they're
Well, I'm talking about like beforehand, whatever the projections are. It seems like more often than not, these people are making projections that make no sense when you look at the history of the company.
well, that's always been the case. I mean, why do you have super analysts who are on your shovel list?
Right.
Because they say things that are completely.
Don't really hear from him much anymore.
Well, I just looked up an article and he was the first person that was quoted in it, or not quoted, but like it was his choice. Whoa.
What? Oh, his like projection, you mean?
His projection.
No, Europe. What did our friends in Europe get? They got Oliver's Adventures in the Fairyland, Dead by Daylight, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Here's a warning for you. It does not have inverse control options, but that is coming in a patch. Flying Girl Striker, Contra Rogue Corps, Habraxia, Northgard, Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger IX, or I guess I'm supposed to say
Gunvolt
X.
Chronicles?
Yeah.
Is that related to Azure Striker?
That is, yes. This is a spinoff.
Couldn't it also be 9?
No, because it's like a lowercase I and a capital X. Like it means it's a name or something. Paper Train, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. I said definitive. Cyber Protocol, which I'll talk about later. Button Up, Fight and Rage. That is Fight and Rage. Barry Bradoff's Putt Panic Party. Reaper, Akash, Path of the Five, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, Dragon Quest 11S, finally, EA Sports FIFA 20 Legacy Edition, which means the
sure it's
same
not
damn
just
game as
11s?
last year. I'm sure, yeah. Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest 3. The first 3 Dragon Quest games are also now available on Switch. Freedom Finger, the game where you fly a massive ship that looks like a middle finger, or as Nikki Hill said last week, the Jersey Salute.
I don't think I said that. I think that was Kirby.
I think it was you.
I don't use that terminology.
Car Mechanic Simulator Pocket Edition, Dreaming
Car
Canvas,
Mechanic Simulator?
and so on. Yeah, I wish
You guys want to come out and play Car Mechanic Simulator with me
Vitamin
in a
G
little
was
bit?
here. North America
Whoa,
got
Mom Brain.
Dragon Quest 11S,
Cool your engines.
Ori and the Blind
Whoa.
Forest, EA Sports FIFA 20 Legacy Edition, 2048 Battles, 80 Days, Arcade Archives Time Tunnel, Ball Attraction,
Heyo!
Barry Bradford's Panic Party, Button Up, Car Mechanic Simulator Pocket Edition, Chop is Dish,
What?
Cyber Protocol, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Detective Doolittle, Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest 3, Dreaming Canvas, Fight and Rage, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger 9, Abroxia, Lanternium, Neocab, Northgard. Nikki Hill, check out Neocab. You're going to like it. Paper Train, Platoon's Party, Reaper, Tale of a Pale Swordsman,
Heyo.
Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition, SpookyGhosts.com, Super Crate Box, Talk It Out handheld game, and a girl who chants love at the bound of this world. That is YU-NO.
Okay.
Oh,
I get told that when I walk into some stores. You know.
First comment comes from
What?
Neocab.
Yeah.
Regnilla, and they say, read it, Barry Bradford's Butt Panic Party. There you go, Regnilla. I did it just for you, my friend. Any butt-related jokes, I'm all for it. Yes, this is pretty cool. Dragon Quest, God damn it, 11S is finally out on Switch. And according to the developers at Square Enix, this helped them to fulfill one of the final requests of the late, great Satoru Iwata. Apparently, Mr. Iwata, before the Switch was revealed, long before it was revealed, he reached out to Square Enix and was like, hey guys, can you bring Dragon Quest XI to the Switch? Because that'd be really good for us. And Square Enix said, you got it, buddy. Obviously, after that, Mr. Iwata passed away, sadly. But the game is finally released. They saw it to fruition, and they said they helped deliver on the promise that they made Satoru Iwata, which is really cool. Marlo says, I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet to say the least, but good to see that it happened. And I'm very happy to see that they openly talked about it too. Very quickly, Mario Kart Tour. Is this right? I think we had an update since then, did we? Let me double check. All right, I'll go with it.
You think I'll like NeoCab?
Mario Kart Tour hit, yes, I do. 10.1 million global downloads on its first day, and that beat out Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go managed to do 6.7 million downloads in its first day. Shows you the power of the Mario Kart franchise. Mario Kart Tour has hit #1 overall in the iOS App Store in 93 countries. On iOS, it has a 4.7 rating. On Google Play, is a 4.3 rating. So still 4 out of 5 on both platforms. I'd say that's pretty damn good. First comment comes from Hawk, and he says, I wonder how many uninstalls in the same day. Ooh, and there's your internet snark for you. It wouldn't be the internet without a healthy dose of snark.
It makes me think of Mario Couture.
Well, now there's
It's just a Mario
I mean, they
fashion
have-
game.
I kept thinking when you were talking about it.
They have Mario's. They have Mario apparel lines, but nothing called Mario Couture. They should do that.
For
We're
the
not doing
prom.
that. I didn't make that a top story, and I don't
With a
know
K.
why this
It's
is
got to be
top
with a K,
story.
right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, what the heck is that about?
What the heck? I don't know why that is a top story. Oh, that's it. We're done.
What'd you play this week, Rami?
I'm finished.
Me first? No, Wolf. Snark isn't good. That was my snarky response to you. Yeah, I don't like Snark personally. But that's just me. I gotta look at my app to see what I played because it's been a crazy week. I don't remember. I know one thing, but I need to see. I don't remember.
You talked about so much that you've played already. Can we just end it?
Oh, I talked about what I played with Nintendo. Yeah, that's not the same thing. I played more Contra Rogue Core, which I'm getting a lot of crap for. But I don't know what to say. I legitimately like the game. I'm not lying. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being
you
paid
didn't
by
enjoy it.
Konami. No! The whole thing people have been saying is, why do you like this game? I like the game. I honestly, legitimately
game.
like the game.
It's not fun.
Blackster Contra Rogue Core is an official Konami Contra game. Yes. It is the newest installment
an
in
official
Contra.
Contra game.
Oh, that's why. I played something I can't talk about.
Did you buy any new games today or this week?
I have one new game. Yes, Cyber Protocol.
What are you buying?
I got Cyber Protocol. Cyber Protocol is a game where you're a hacker.
ASL.
A hacker, and you're supposed to be hacking into these computer systems. But the game itself plays kind of like Pac-Man. So there's like a maze, and you're moving you're manipulating like a little. It's not really a character because you're like you're hacking, but you're like passing through gates and collecting bits of data. But it plays like Pac-Man, except there's a lot more to it. There's like
Hackman, perhaps.
I did say that. I said Hackman.
When? Just now?
No.
Thank goodness.
Donut Muffin, enjoy your dinner and tell your family we said have a lovely weekend. There's gates you have to pass through and unlock. There's booby traps that when you pass over them, they'll explode a couple seconds later, so you can't go back behind them. There's lasers that shoot out. There's walls that as soon as you touch them, you die. And the goal is to make it to the end of every level. Technically, you're supposed to collect as many of the bits as you can. The way I'm playing is you get all of them. It's just a lot of fun.
Wait, but you're not supposed to touch the walls?
No. There's certain walls you can't touch. And this is what I need to explain. Your character can only move in certain directions based on where they are. You can't move. You don't have full freedom of movement. So if you butt up against a wall on the left and a wall underneath you, then your options are move to the right or move straight up. That's all that you can do. And you slide the whole way. You don't stop. You can't move one space. So it's like all the way to the right or all the way up. So you bounce off walls.
Oh, so it's like those puzzles.
Yeah, kind of like that. I know what you mean. The slide puzzles.
Yeah.
Kind of, except you're like following paths instead of like moving things out of the way. Yeah. But it's also like Pac-Man because you're going through little narrow passageways and collecting bits. It's got a really cool
That's what I was saying. Like
digital,
the ice block puzzles. Thank you, autumnal block.
like an electronic,
Did I say that right? Autumnal.
like an electronic soundtrack, and it's got like 80s synthy kind of soundtrack, like it should. It feels like you're hacking stuff. PC, welcome back. It's not like I asked where you were a long time ago. So I like it. It's good. It's very addictive. It's very interesting. It makes you think a lot while you're playing. You can't really like rush ahead.
No, thank you.
I thought you would say that.
Oh, you
Brain.
did? What am I thinking now?
Gee, it sure is boring around here. Mom Brain, what'd you play this week?
Untitled Goose Game,
Oh, right.
and also June's Journey, and also Sugar Blast. That is all.
Would you care to elaborate on any of those?
I want everyone to know that Untitled Goose Game is the best game that ever has been made or ever will be made forever and ever. Amen.
But he plays a goose, not a gander.
Take a gander at this goose.
It's so
Mom
good.
Brain, in the first 5 minutes of the game, not even, probably first minute, I wasn't in the room with her. I was in the other room. I heard her playing. I heard a goose honk, and I heard Mom Brain laugh uncontrollably.
She needs a cool wet rag for different reasons, right?
It's so good.
I can't wait to play it.
It's so
When I was
good.
telling Mom that I told you that when I was at the Nintendo event, they were talking about playing Goose Game. Yeah, I told you.
No, you did not.
At the Nintendo event yesterday, some of the Nintendo people, I went to the Nintendo World store after, or I'm sorry, I went to Nintendo NY after to check out what they had.
Oh.
And we were just BSing about a whole bunch of stuff. And one of them was talking to me about how they're in love with Untitled Goose Game and they can't stop laughing at it. And I was like, my fiance is the same way. And I had to tell my fiance, stop telling me what goes on in the game because I haven't played it yet and I don't want it spoiled.
Are you guys married? You guys aren't married yet?
No.
Too much money.
Can you tell everyone what the one other proposed title originally was for the game?
So the developers came clean. This is a true story, by the way. This is not fake. The developers came clean. They were asked about the game's lack of name, and they said that wasn't always the plan. They wanted to give it a name. They just, at the time when they first showed it off, didn't have a name, so they called it Untitled Goose Game, and it caught on, so they stuck with it. They said there was one other name they considered, not seriously considered, but did consider. They were thinking about calling it Some Like It Honk.
Nice.
But they decided not to go with that.
I just think hunk in general is a great word.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Mom Brain. Nikki Hill, what have you been playing? Okami?
Okami? Yeah. I think I'm past where I was the first time. And I still have a lot more to go, I think. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm getting through it, but I get really discouraged when I see there's a lot more to do. Because there's
This
still a
game
lot
is
more
giving me
maps.
too much
Unless
bang for my
all of a
buck.
sudden I'm gonna fall asleep.
Could you talk into the microphone instead of the side of the microphone? Don't hit
I'm
it.
gonna-
It's extra power.
You know, I think there's a lot more map that still is uncovered. So yeah. Oof.
If you have microphones that need their own power source, you hit the phantom button and it juices them.
But
Phantom
then,
of the Opera comes in.
But then so I'm just picking away at that couple, an hour or two. I started dozing off last night on the way home. I'm not driving. There's somebody else driving the car and I'm playing. I started dozing off. So I was like, you know what? I'm falling asleep walking this wolf around. So I'm going to put it away. Maybe I'll take a little nap while he's driving, at least close my eyes. I was wide awake for the rest of the ride.
You hate when that happens.
My mom has been saying, my mom's been playing a ton of Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
And she really loves it. But she was saying it puts her into like a zen state and she's fallen asleep, like playing it multiple times and wakes up and I guess something happens. They drag you back to your house or something and you got to
if
pay
you're
money.
out too late, yeah.
So,
Oh boy.
she's like, I got to stop doing that.
Curfew. But I also, I started
Stinky.
playing Blasphemous.
Oh, did you?
But yeah, remember when I asked you if it is like a punishing game? And you're like, yeah, it's not that hard.
I
It's that
stand by
hard.
that statement.
Yeah. It's pretty hard.
Is there a difficulty option?
I don't even look. But like,
I don't even look. I just complain.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me put it on easy and then beat the game. And then you go, oh, you're a loser.
Didn't say that. The whole conversation was, I found the game challenging. You did not. And I was like, man, I must be getting bad nowadays. And then we found out you played it on easy.
Yeah. Oh, what kind of baby plays a game on easy? That's for 4-year-olds.
I just
Your words
wrote
exactly.
An article,
Did you see the quotes? Sorry, quotes.
I wrote an article about how important it is for games to have difficulty options.
I wrote an article about how important it is to tell your friends that they do a good job, even though you and your other friends laugh at them in their face.
And we laugh. So is it too punishing?
Well, it's just a little tough. Like I get to a spot and then I get killed, and then I have to get back to that spot.
Sounds like a game.
Yeah, except it's the same thing for me as like Hollow Man was. You have multiple. You have a lot of different.
Hollow Knight, not the Kevin Bacon movie.
You're right, Hollow Knight, man.
You ever play the Hollow Man game? Holy crap, what a good game.
That Elizabeth Shue though, I'll tell you. But yeah, so it's kind of like Hollow Knight, where you can get access everywhere pretty much, as long like if you're walking around, but you might not be able to accomplish something. I don't know how I'm supposed to level up or where I'm supposed to be power wise, but I'm failing hard.
You gotta shove that sword in that giant statue.
Did it?
Yeah, so keep doing that. You'll be good.
Yeah, but I haven't found another statue to do anything else with, so I'm running around like
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh,
I'm sure you. I guess you've gotten to the part where like people are on like.
Well, here's the thing. There's people hanging on things, or there's people frozen in ice.
Yeah.
And I smashed them, but I don't see anything happening. Am I not supposed to smash them?
Happens in your soul.
Am I supposed to
I can't tell you.
Am I supposed to like genuflect in front of them?
I was gonna say that. Are you genuflecting enough? Well, are you enjoying it other than the challenge?
I mean, I liked it, but it's kind of a game I can't really play while somebody else is driving because I'm just going like, oh, oh. I was playing at work outside, like we have a couple of chairs set up outside, and I was playing there before people showed up, and somebody walked up and they saw me, like I was playing in a section and like I died again, and I just like put the controller down. He's like, it's gonna be okay, Nicky.
The chat is trying to decide what they should change your name to, since they don't think you can be Hill. You got to be something smaller, like a molehill or an anthill.
Yeah,
I mean, speed hump.
Ooh,
anthill works just because I'm a little, I just feel like so small these days.
What did I call that
Thigh
exercise?
squeezies?
Thigh squeezies. All right, send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
What kind of questions can we ask here?
You can ask questions about Nintendo, questions about video games in general, or anything you want. Today we have a question from Ridley Saria. As I said, I hope work goes well today, sir. Cinematic Hello Kitty probably should have human musculature because Hello Kitty isn't a cat. She's a human girl. Look it up. As for my question, where does the soundboard no come from? It cracks me up every time. Mom Brain, where does the soundboard come from?
That is Roger from American Dad.
That is Roger from American Dad. Yes. He right before that, I believe he takes out either
a pitch pipe, right?
A pitch pipe or a harmonica. I don't remember.
I think it's just like a pitch pipe.
We'll say pitch pipe. And he plays a little and then goes no afterwards, but I don't remember what he's asked.
What
but
is
that
this
is his
whistle
response.
tone?
I'll play it. It makes me feel good. Oh.
Not as fast, but I tried.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for your question, Ridley.
Do we have a Patreon question?
We do have a Patreon question. If you're a member of the Patreon, which is $1, we have a special section where you can ask questions.
Trying to sing Mariah Carey.
And today's Patreon question comes from Mr. Crafty. Mr. Crafty, thank you for donating to the Go Nintendo Patreon. I greatly appreciate your support. Mr. Crafty says, this is Mr. Crafty. Would you prefer that Nintendo iterate on the Switch for next generation console or come up with a new concept? Well, I'm always a fan of new concept. So I'm going to say new concept because I like to see what Nintendo does when they do their Nintendo weirdness. And we had the NES and we had the Super Nintendo, which was pretty much just an iteration of the NES. But then things got weird. Thank you, Astravania. Thank you for joining. N64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch. All of those are very unique. So I do love the Switch. I was just having this conversation yesterday with somebody.
Conversation is in session.
I was saying how much I like the Switch. It's my top 3 Nintendo platforms, and it could move up. I'm just not sure yet because we're not through the lifespan of the system. So I really do like the Switch, but yeah, I want to see them do something new, do something weird and crazy. That's what I like about Nintendo the most. And I said that during the gameplay session yesterday to Nintendo. I said my favorite Nintendo is Weird Nintendo, and that is the Ring Fit Adventure. That is weird, but I mean that in a good way because Nintendo does their own things. So there you go. That's mine. What about you guys? Would you rather see Nintendo do it like a Switch 2 or something new altogether with their next hardware?
New altogether.
I want to see a new Switch Lite 2. Sorry, it's good. So that's the third version.
Have you tried
new Switch Lite 2? Yeah.
New Super Switch 2 Deluxe
Lite again.
All right, Mom Brain.
Here we go.
The time has come. No. Out of the iPad. Oh my God, we almost had a major malfunction. You got your little dingly do? Yep. Send your podcast music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
That's gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Now, please give Mom Brain a little leeway this time. She's flying by the seat of her pants. She's just going to pick emails and play a tune.
I've got music. You want to hear it? Is it?
You want to hear it?
Oh. Is that what Is that what I sound like?
There you go.
This first song comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
Beetlejuice the game.
No.
Can we get more?
Volume.
Why does Beetlejuice keep coming up these days?
The Broadway show. It's really popular.
Yeah, you don't want to see it.
I would not see it. Have a system?
Nope.
Oh yeah, because you don't know.
Say maybe we.
You got a guess here, Nikki Hill? Because I got nothing. Something pirate related.
Have I played it?
No. I got 15% battery, so you got.
I don't know.
Haven't you been plugged in this whole time?
No, she didn't, and then she never got up to get the extension cord.
I got the. Oh.
I didn't know I was supposed to.
You didn't know you were.
Plug in the extension cord.
I always plug it in.
You can't plug an extension cord into an extension cord.
I don't know who told you that, but they're dead wrong. It's like your dad rule. We don't know.
Safe.
We don't know.
Epic Mickey.
Oh,
Never played it.
Oh, I did play it. I would have never guessed that though.
This one comes from Mikey3319.
How's he doing?
Well, and walking.
Ooh!
Don't push it.
Congratulations!
You take your time.
That's right.
Wants to
Here we go.
hear
Mikey3319.
Epic Mickey.
I can't even place a system. Is it Super Nintendo?
Yes.
It's real good for Super Nintendo. High quality. It's not a Nintendo game. Correct? Did you line yourself up with the microphone to do that on purpose?
No.
You were like this.
I'm sorry.
Man. Is it a licensed game?
I don't know. Well, last time I told you the wrong answer, so I'd rather just, unless I'm sure, say I don't know.
So you don't know this to definitely be a game franchise. You're just saying I don't know.
Right.
One more, man.
No.
Total Recall.
No.
Hook.
No.
Hook. It sounds hookish. That.
Addams Family.
No.
Do you know the creator of the Addams Family is from Westfield, New Jersey?
No.
They have an Addams Family like festival now. They just started last year.
All right, we don't know.
Spawn.
Oh, that is licensed. Yeah, I never played that though.
Spawn. Not
Very
you.
good. Good
I'm
call
making
not
fun of
saying it.
Spawn.
Voiced by
Spawn.
Keith David in the upcoming Mortal Kombat DLC.
Are they doing a remake of the movie?
I don't know. Keith David did the voice of Spawn in the cartoon, and they're bringing him back for Mortal Kombat. As far as a new Spawn movie, I have no idea.
This one comes from Nico Darunia.
Sounds like a popular musician.
Can I have please? More.
That sounds familiar. I wanted to say like what you call
Oh
it.
yeah. What system?
Game Boy Color.
I wanted to say
Mickey-
Shantae originally.
Mickey Speedway.
No.
It's gonna be a 5-section music trivia where I get nothing. Man, I like this. I had a Game Boy Color, but there weren't a ton of games. I can't remember what came out on it.
Game Boy Camera.
No, sorry.
Game Boy Camera.
That isn't. Man, this is good. It's not first party.
No.
It's too funky for first party. Oh man, who is doing this? Licensed?
Licensed.
Okay. So the game's gotta be crap.
Last Action Hero.
No.
It's a Disney license.
No.
Rambo.
No.
Okay,
Jurassic
I'm gonna
Park.
guess it's a superhero.
It's not.
Wow.
It's
James
not,
Bond Jr.
No.
It's not Jurassic Park.
No.
All right, go ahead. Another one. We don't know.
Marvin Strikes Back. It's a Warner Brothers game with Marvin the Martian.
Well, I think my guess was right that
Wow.
it was a crappy game. I haven't played it, but they're like put 90% of the budget into the soundtrack and then just make the game.
All right. This song comes from Love My NES.
Podcaster Woodland says hello.
Hello.
He's watching.
Okay.
He told me stop playing games on easy. There's Shane.
Hang on, I forget what I.
Donkey Kong.
Turok.
No.
What system? I got no idea.
They sound like bongos you buy at like Target or something. So then it's not official.
Chuck Rock.
No. It was on GameCube.
Star Fox Adventures.
Yes.
Whoa. I don't remember this song from that.
Well,
I was trying to think of things that have like cavemanish aspects to them.
there was also this song from it as well.
I got it. Is that 2 points?
This song comes from.
What was that? Our third song? Or our fourth?
Well, I don't know, but this is.
I guess I should have been paying attention. Trying to go through the chat, through my email.
This song comes from Death Pick. And you're welcome. And thank you for saying thank you.
Thank you.
And you're perfect at putting the music together.
The
Good
face.
picture. You have a look on your face like I should know this.
It's my favorite composer.
Oh, come on. Little King Story.
No.
DDR.
No.
Goodbye, PC. What game has licensed music? Somebody got a text message. Do you have a system?
Switch.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yes.
It's a pretty sweet jazzy soundtrack. Smooth.
Yeah, I didn't know
Like,
it
not
used
jazzy,
music from
but
a real
like-
computer.
Computer.
Composer Debussy.
The famous
No,
computer.
it's a goose composer.
Composer Debussy.
the
computer.
It's
The
a-
music.
Who's your favorite computer? Mine is Debussy.
He's a composer.
Computer.
Computer.
All right, one more song.
Would you listen to smooth jazz if it was honked out by geese?
Are you kidding me? I've been looking for it all my life.
I have never been able
That's
to
like
find
asking me,
that.
would I listen to Christmas albums sung by cats and dogs? Yes.
There was the one time I turned on the radio and it was classical music clucked by chickens.
Oh, up
yes.
from
I have
Mom Brain's
not-
alley, definitely.
I have not been able to find it since.
This comes from Blood Ocean 07.
Rez.
No.
Is this that samurai game that I
No.
played? Shot down. My friend Pedro.
No.
What system?
I feel like I played this game.
Switch.
You're thinking of Katana Zero.
Yeah.
It's not. Oh, that guitar. Is it SteamWorld? Is it a
No.
SteamWorld game? They do a lot of that guitar.
Icy.
Not first party. Man, we're getting our asses kicked this week.
You are. I never really contributed.
Franchise?
No,
Licensed.
no.
Oh, why is this so weird? You're so confused, and now you're making me confused.
I can't really say anymore.
All right, go ahead. I don't know.
Fortnite. Like, it's so huge. There's like shirts and
What the hell is that? What is that from in Fortnite?
squeaky clean, it says. I don't know. Fortnite squeaky clean.
Yes.
I only work with what I'm given here.
Thanks, Mom Brain. You did a great job there.
You guys did a great
We just
job,
won't
too.
count that one. We don't need to go over points or anything. It doesn't really count. Mom Brain, see, you can do it on your phone. It's so easy.
We only got like one right, but we won't have to go
Now
over
that I
those
put
numbers.
the podcast music email on my phone, my thing is like 95 unread emails. It's going to give me diarrhea.
I'll just use your laptop every week. This worked out great.
Okay.
That was great. This was great.
Oh, get a new laptop. You can get one for like a
You should get a new
Chromebook for like
Chromebook, yeah.
$300.
You want a new Chromebook?
I do with a touch screen would be nice. Like one or a big
I think
screen.
that they come like mandatory with
Mother-
touchscreen or standard.
Oh, I almost said it. Mother effer, relax. All right, guys, that's a show. We did it.
How many yards?
The streaming worked just fine. The Discord over here is great. Mom Brain did a great job with music on her phone. Good job, Mom
Thanks,
Brain.
guys.
Discord
Nicky
works.
Hill showed up for a
Discord
wonderful
works.
bit of fun, and he's gonna give him the chord, give him the soundboard chord.
What am I gonna do?
He's gonna play us out with a random soundboard noise.
I don't know.
And it's the best one, and everybody loves it. And thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. And here's the noise right now. Here it is.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Have a good week, day.
All right, after show. You
Get over here!
You got us for a couple minutes
That one's loud.
while I'm doing this. Let's all talk about PC because she's gone. Can I do this?
When was the Sonic movie supposed to come out? Would it have been out already?
I don't remember. November? Maybe it was supposed to be November, I want to say.
Hurry up already.
Yes, Malik Halo. I am ready for your question.
Are you ready to receive my limp question?
A miserable
Blake.
little
You're like a
pile of
sniper.
secrets. What does that mean to play us out? Is this a serious question or are you setting us up for the joke? I will wait.
I'm so
Baby,
sorry
lock
about
that
my
door.
sniffles.
You know what? We're tired of it, okay? I'm so sorry that she keeps telling you she's sorry.
I feel real bad.
He thought that was the joke.
I wasn't referencing it there, no, but yes, that is a joke that I do enjoy. Yes. I'll gladly reference that joke all the time. I just did it with Do Michaels the other day. Play us out.
Oh, what, you talked to him?
I did. Because he knew something was up with me this week. He asked me what was there you go, that's the joke. He knew something was off with me this week, and he was correct. I was super busy, and I had the appointment with Nintendo, and I didn't get to sleep the night before, so I was like completely out of it. And he knows I always answer right away with texts, unless I'm recording a video. I always answer, and I liked something he sent, but like 6 hours later because I was asleep, I passed out. And he's like, "What's going on? Is everything all right?" I was like, "This guy knows. Yeah, if I don't answer a text right away, something's up."
Wow. And here I was just thinking, if you don't answer right away, you're just ignoring me on purpose.
I never ever ignore text messages or phone calls ever.
I need you to make me soup.
You can see that I've read them.
Yeah.
No soup. Ice cream soup?
No, I know every
Ice
time I'm
cream?
driving, if I try to call you because I'm driving and I don't want to text, I know if you don't answer to expect a text message immediately.
Yeah,
saying
I will
how
always text.
unimportant I am in your life.
Oh, sweet.
I send a text right away that says, "Please don't call me anymore."
Please leave me alone.
All right, guys, that's our
I'm
after
filing a restraining
Yes,
order.
Autumnal Blake says cereal soup. Everybody that came to the
No.
Discord today, thank you so much. We had a great time seeing the gifs, the awkward
on.
screen caps,
Cereal
the
soup,
pictures in
would
general,
that
the
be
great
like oatmeal?
comments.
Because it's hot cereal.
I guess, yeah.
Gazpacho.
There is
cold.
gazpacho. That's soup.
It's cold.
Yeah, but that's soup.
That's why
Hold on, Mom Brain. Hold on.
gazpacho is what I
Autumnal Blake
thought of.
says, can everyone look at the camera for a screenshot?
Oh.
All right, we're good enough. He's got enough time there to get a screenshot. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a fan
Friend.
of the podcast. Thanks for being a friend, a pal, and a confidant.
Travel down the road back again. Who wants cheesecake?
Oh, we got it. There it is. Yeah, we'll see you next week. And the show's going to end as soon as I click the button. And sometimes it takes my computer a little bit to do that. So enjoy the awkward silence. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Should we is it done?
You can vamp all you want.
Vamp.